Hey, what's up and welcome back. It's time for more Gurren Lagann. This is episode 11. Last week, we had more Nia content, and that's all I care about. I don't need anything else. This whole show from here on out could just be Nia and I would be happy. She's a great character. She's a great addition to the show. It's not true that it could only be Nia and I'd be happy. Nia is a perfect complement to these characters that are in the show right now. And I'm really enjoying it. We're going through some very heavy grief right now, but Nia's slowly but surely helping us out of that pit. Simone still isn't out of it. Neither of any of them really, and neither is Yoko, but like Simone is like still very, very deep. It's gonna be hard to get him out of it, but we're gonna see what happens. So make sure to support this video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And you can go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction and early access. You can get next week's episode on my Patreon account right now, so go check that out. But here we go, Gurren Lagann, episode 11. Oh my god.
Would you do me the honor of letting me strike next?
Guam, you too.
He's got a cool
What
voice.
concerns me most of all, sire,
Guam.
is this minute.
The humans have managed to uncover something they shouldn't have. That is all it amounts to.
Whatever you
Okay.
think it is.
Guam, you dare tell me what to do?
Yeah, I would not be speaking up against this guy ever.
That was a bold move back there.
Yeah.
There's just no telling what they'll come up with.
Needless to say, I have a plan.
It's interesting that
Yes,
we
of
see so
course.
much of this
You're
side
just
now.
as shrewd as ever.
Simone, hands off.
Hey, everyone!
Yeah,
Stuff here?
obviously.
Yes, but this belongs to Simon. It isn't
Yeah.
right.
Come on, he's a lost cause.
No!
Spineless
They're
kid who's good for nothing but digging.
getting rid of
He'd be
his...
better off going back to
mech?
Jacob.
Coddle him? He needs
Oh,
to
look at all
snap
those
himself out of this
kamina
funk, or it'll never
statues.
happen.
Oh, he's making them out of the drill, with the drill.
Is this that bro person you mentioned?
Oh, she's so cute. She's trying to engage him. Let him talk about his feelings.
To be a man just like bro. I really tried to be, but I guess it was no use.
It's good, he's talking about it.
The truth.
You are really good. May I stay and watch for a while?
Oh,
Sure.
I'm gonna cry.
To help us. Village is being attacked by a lot of gunmen.
What's going on
We
here?
are just defenseless girls. Oh, the gunmen are almost upon us.
That's really funny.
Right away.
People underground have communication equipment like that?
Everyone, shut up! Quit worrying about all the details.
That's right. He wouldn't have hesitated for a moment.
Kamina is
like I
still
just said.
being held over everyone's
Die,
heads.
Guren!
They've got 5 gunmen, and don't fire the main cannon.
The enemy gunmen are all retreating.
Yeah, sweet! Just as I planned it. All right, let's go see if those babes are
Oh
safe.
no, it's gonna be a major trap.
What a dreadful village.
Oh, it's a gay joke.
Because of you, our village has been saved from destruction.
It made me laugh out of shock.
Well, you see, I don't know how to tell you this, but
Yup. Yeah.
Oh, this was just a beastman trick.
I told you it was fishy.
You bastard!
Oh my god.
what the hell were you thinking, moron?
So now Simone's the only one who can save them, I think.
Dai-gunzan has been secured.
Very well then, I will see him. But first, promise not to hurt this person.
Relax,
lady. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine, all right?
But Nia.
You'll never be your bro. I think you should always be yourself.
Yes.
Go at me, you furball! Humans, no manners at all. It's Mr. Furball to you.
There's some good jokes in this episode.
But first, I'm going to execute you publicly as a warning to the others.
Oh, Jesus.
Stay in here until we're ready for you.
Yoko's been really pissed this whole episode.
That's all there is to it.
Like a doll.
You are very doll-like.
Now I've been told straight to his face. Why was I born? That was a bad move. Tests human self-awareness. But who
Oh my
can blame
God.
him? Why would
He's
a
a
puppet
scumbag.
simple play?
So she's just a sweet,
Just like that doll.
inquisitive girl, and is being punished for it.
I've given some thought to finding a way for you to continue living.
Oh no.
To decorum before they're sent off to the palace to begin their time in the service of His Majesty.
Yeah, as
What
his
kind of
wives.
sense? What becomes of them after
I
they're
imagine.
sent to live with the king?
It's a fair exchange.
Yeah.
They get to experience luxury they could never even dream of knowing living in their underground.
Yeah, basically
Those who are sent
one of
away
his
to
many
be with the
wives.
king. They're dolls too, right?
Yes, that's right. Exactly like you were.
Hell yeah. Oh, cool illustration.
He's underground!
Oh my god. Biting through the rocks.
This bedrock is incredibly tough. It's like nothing I've seen.
Oh, do you still have your drill?
If only Kamina was here.
Does he have a drill? I'm trying to... He's got something that he's using as a drill. Damn, yeah, he's got his little small drill. Guess I didn't take that off him.
He's always the one who saves my ass. He's
Aww.
always the one who never gives up. Never.
He did? I guess I was finally at the end of my rope. But Simo
He kept
on
digging
drilling away.
Yeah.
By dumb luck, he broke through that last boulder right then.
Yeah, I
got
do
really
like the
lucky.
dynamic of
But I have faith in all
Kamina
that
and
luck,
Simone
and in Simo, who brought us that luck in the first place.
inspired each other
Whenever
equally.
I feel I picture the sight of his back all hunched over, digging away. I
Aw.
think to myself, not in the Kamina that you believe in either. Believe in the Simone.
Who believes in you?
Oh! It came to him! He can do that? Can he just
Lagan!
summon it to him?
Was there a hole here before?
Why are you in such a panic, Guam? You're flustered.
What?
You're afraid of him, aren't you? You're
Yeah.
scared of Simon.
What?
Oh, you're
Who the
afraid
hell
of,
is
I thought
that?
he was afraid of
Simon
Spiral
is the boy
King.
who
You don't say. I'm
That-
afraid
she's
in that
fucking
case you'll have to
brave.
die too.
I will not.
Look how brave she is.
I may.
I've lost interest in you. Goodbye.
Oh! Oh!
What?
Nice!
I don't.
Holy shit! Nice! Cut right through her restraints.
Here to rescue you! Come on!
Look how happy he is! Oh!
Simon!
That's so cute.
Goodness, Gramps.
Oh, he falls all the way down. That's great.
Thanks a lot, Simon.
Oh, he's so beat up. Who's working so hard?
All right.
So cute.
Why? Humans are savages!
I like the hands coming out and grabbing him.
Consider the tables turned.
Gemba.
Master,
I'm the one you're going to fight!
you think that toy?
Oh my gosh, it's like a basketball.
What's wrong?
No, it's okay. The head's coming. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh my god.
What? That thing's eating Guren!
What a wild design.
And that is just a little
Oh my god.
Let's combine! You've got it!
Yes.
The mini gunman!
Hell yeah.
My bro is dead!
Are you still in the
gone.
pose?
But he's right there on my back, and here in my heart!
Oh.
He lives. If you're gonna dig to the heavens! No matter what's in my way, I won't stop!
You what? What are you talking about?
Just who the hell do you think I am? I'm not my bro. I'm me!
Yes.
Simon the Digger!
Spare me your challenge,
Music's great.
humanity.
No way!
Wow. Holy shit! The batarangs! God damn! The animation's going off. Jesus. That's awesome.
These are all princesses who were thrown away like I was.
Oh, that's awful.
Whole life I believed in no one but him. Relied
Whoa,
on
look at
no
her
one.
hair. It's like a cloud.
That's why.
I found it while I was digging earlier.
Aw, it's cute.
It's pretty.
The Nia you are right here and now is what counts.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you should go on being yourself.
That's what Simone learned about
And I'll
himself.
just be myself too.
Yeah.
You're the one. The one Kamina picked for the job.
Everyone trusts you.
Yep.
Now that you've
but
snapped
I
out of
get the
it.
speech-
What? Hey, come on!
Yeah,
She's so
right.
happy.
That needs a little work.
All we do now is keep going straight.
Ah. Okay, at the top of this discussion, I just want to like be very self-aware that like I feel like this discussion, last discussion, and the discussion before that are all like so Nia focused that I'm actually kind of embarrassed about like how much I'm talking about this character, because I feel like in my brain people would be thinking, we get it, you like that character, can you talk about some other stuff in the show please? Which, yes, but like I think I think these episodes are also very Nia focused, so it makes sense that I'm discussing her a lot now, and she's very fresh to the series in the same way that I feel like I discussed Kamina and Simone's relationship a lot in the early episodes, and I spent a long time talking about that. Now that Nia is the fresh one, I'm discussing her a lot. But yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be talking about her more in this discussion, so just be prepared for that. But I liked this episode. I really liked it. It's good to see Simone get back on his feet, and I think it sort of makes sense how he does it. Cause like the kind of like it's what I'm reading from it is like Yoko said early in the episode, you need to let Simone work through it himself. And I think that is what Simone ended up doing. But the important thing was what Nia provided was support to him that he needed to be able to pull himself out of it. You know, like a lot of the time, yes, it is internal healing you need to be doing to be able to get through any sort of grief, I feel like. Like if you are not ready internally to pull yourself through it, a lot of the time there's not much other people can do. Especially if they're not like professionals, because there aren't any therapists in this world. But you know, like it's not like Nia healed Simone. Nia didn't fix all of Simone's problems, but I do think Nia helped him get more into a mind state where he realized there was more important things going on, and that he was able to remember the good things about Kamina and the words Kamina said, because like Kamina, yeah, the believe in the you that believes in me or whatever, like that line is something that sticks with him, but he kind of forgets about it in these times of grief, and I do think that happens like a lot of the time with grief. You do, at least in my experience and in experiences that I've seen from other people, you tend to forget, like, you have sort of selective memories. It tends to be like certain things that you'll remember like very fondly, or that'll make you annoyed, or that'll make you especially sad. You tend to remember a lot of the regrets, I feel like, and it's harder to remember just the straight up good things and the inspiring things and those like helpful things. So like I feel like if I look back at some things that like are hurtful in my life, I will tend to look back at the negative situations and sort of constantly think about like, well, was that my fault? Could I have done something better? Did I do this wrong? etc., etc. And those just keep coming up into my mind. But there are also like these really nice, beautiful, great memories that it tends to be like they tend to not stick as much. But if someone can bring them out of you, then that can really help you heal, because then you can also like be frustrated, but you can find your way through it at the same time. I think a really beautiful example of this is in the show Ted Lasso. If you haven't seen Ted Lasso, it's an amazing show, and it deals with some pretty great grief stuff and therapy storyline. Season 2 is like, is it season 2? I think so. Is like incredible in terms of therapy, a therapy storyline. So I definitely recommend going to check out Ted Lasso. But I'll give a quick example from it. It'll be like 30 seconds. If you really don't want any info from Ted Lasso, try to jump forward 30 seconds. But basically, in Ted Lasso, there's a scene where he's talking to his therapist, and he's kind of frustrated because of his father who died a long time ago. And he's clearly quite angry about it. But she says, like, tell me, like, what you liked about him. And he's like, why? And she goes, I want to know. And he like finds something that he likes about him, and after that he's able to sort of like realize, oh, he was a good dad. There was problems, but he was good, and it helps him work through that grief. And I think that's a really beautiful thing that you sometimes need outside help to do. So in this episode, Nia is that. She sits next to him and says, like, what did you know, like, oh, this kamina guy, he must have been so good. I can see why you liked him. Like, I can see that love is coming through in this being made. And then, importantly, like, when he's feeling low, she's like, whoa, this is so good. Can I just sit here and watch you? And, like, that's also, I think, what he needs. It's just, like, he doesn't think he needs it, but he needs company. But also, like, unburdened company. I think sometimes company could be like, oh, we're trying to distract you, you know? We're going to be talking to you. We're going to be asking you how you're feeling. We're going to be doing this or that. But she does something which I think is amazing. It's just, you want to sit here quietly. You want to be alone with your thoughts. That's okay. Can I sit here next to you while you do that? Because then, at least there's someone here. If you want to talk, you can talk. Otherwise, we'll just sit here quietly and I just watch you drill these little statues. And I think that's really helpful too. Like, sometimes you just need other people to be around you, but you don't want to be doing stuff necessarily. And you don't want to, like... And you want to be doing whatever your comfort thing is. And you don't want to be expending too much energy. So yeah, I remember there was some friends who helped me. Like, I remember at some point I went through a breakup, and like, it, you know, it hit me pretty hard. And there were some friends who, like, specifically like reached out, and they were like, I was going to like a board game thing, and they were like, I'll come with you, and just came and just like played board games with all of us and stuff. And it's just like, it was an extra person being there, like that, you know, I was comfortable around her, and it was like a comforting presence to have her there. But we were just doing stuff that we would normally do, but it was like, she normally wouldn't come to that thing, like, not very often, but like, I could tell she specifically was doing that just to help me out, to make sure that I had someone with me. And I think, like, I remember it now, so I think it genuinely did help. I don't know how much I appreciated it at the time. I think I did appreciate it, but I don't know if I gave it enough appreciation at the time. But looking back on it, I do think it was very helpful for me and for my healing, is to have that sort of stuff around me. And like, not someone who's going like, are you okay? Do you need anything? Like, I mean, that's all good as well. I don't want to act like, are you okay and do you need anything is bad, but like constantly being like, let's talk about it. Do you want to talk about it? Hey, cheer up. It's okay. Like, you'll get over it. Don't worry. Like, all of that stuff can sometimes just be like, because I think sometimes when you're grieving anything, you're like, well, no, you don't understand what it feels like. It won't get better. Like, you don't know what this pain is like. This pain is so much. I feel so empty right now. And even if it does get better, I don't care because right now I'm not feeling good. So, you know, that can be very tough. But also a lot of the time you don't want to say that to people because you know they're trying to help. So yeah, grief is a tough thing, man. But I loved that. I also want to say, talking about Nia again, I warned you at the top of this discussion. I feel like she's a cool example to me of like a, let's say, damsel in distress type character, but one that like I've never really hated the damsel in distress trope thing, but at the same time I'm not really in the position to hate it. Like, obviously it is that it is skewed towards men. Like, that's what the trope is there for. It's like they know that it's easier to get a man attached if you like make sure there's a woman in trouble, right? But what it can do is it can make the woman be like her only role in the story is to be saved. So it's like, is she really a character in this story or is she a prop, right? That's the problem generally with the damsel in distress trope. So with that being said, like, what I see Nia as in this situation is I think this is like a good example, in my opinion, of that sort of thing, where it's like she does need to be saved and helped, but like what I think she provides, and this is something that I feel like a lot of people sometimes miss with certain characters and will accuse characters of purely being damsels in distress, is she is like an emotional support and emotional epicenter for the characters, and an emotional strength that is needed. And I think sometimes when people are watching shows, especially shows like this, which are heavily action shows, and I doubt this is the case for Gurren Lagann, because I feel like Gurren Lagann is praised for its handling of these themes and stuff. So I don't feel like people would have that many criticisms of this part of the story. But I can also see some people who don't like the story saying about Nia, well, she's like a useless character that's only there to you know, be saved and to prop up Simone or whatever, like make him look great, because he's saving this girl or whatever. But sometimes people will miss that like a character's emotional strength is as important to a story as another character's fighting strength. So like, just because a character can't fight or like is constantly in trouble when it comes to fighting, I feel like if they pull their weight on the opposite end of the scale, if they, in the emotional scenes, they carry those scenes, they keep people in check, then that character is a character and they've served their purpose and they're incredible and they help, you know? That is something that I think a lot of people don't value enough, is a character's emotional strength and their like social strength and like what they can provide to characters in the dialogue. And I think that's like something that Nia excels at. So like none of this stuff in these past few episodes could have happened. Like he couldn't have pulled himself out of it, at least not as quickly, if it wasn't for her. But she wouldn't get as much credit as Simone would because he's the one doing the actions. But like, just like in real life, people's emotional support is fucking powerful. Really, really powerful. And we sometimes don't realize it, and it's sometimes hard to give the emotional support that people need because you don't know what people need. But the people I've found who are the best at emotional support, it's so simple. Like what they do are such simple things. Most of what they do is they listen and they just like tend to agree. And they don't necessarily like offer amazing advice a lot of the time, you know? Like sometimes you might think, oh, the person who's great at emotional support is like a therapist and they give this perfect advice and they tell you everything you need to hear. But a lot of the time, the people who really help me are the people who just go, yeah, oh my God, yeah. Like just that. And that's all they do, you know? And they might go like, hey, do you want to play some games? And then like, if I say no, they go like, okay, no problem. I'm gonna do this, or like, can I, like Nia did in this episode, can I sit here with you anyway? You know, it's just a bunch of very, very simple things, but just facilitating you, like, whatever pace you want to go with your healing. It's amazing. It's great. So I love all that that Simone went through in these episodes. I love how they handled it, and I love Nia. And finally, the thing that I loved in this episode in terms of humor was the bad acting from the girls who are like, oh, please save me, there are gunmen coming, oh no, they're right here. Like, that whole scene is very, very funny. I liked that a lot. But yeah, anyway, that's Gurren Lagann episode 11. I feel like this discussion might have been kind of rambly. It's one of those discussions where, like, sometimes I'll finish a discussion and I'll go, I'm pretty proud of that. I feel like I covered a lot of themes and I feel like I did a decent job analyzing it. Sometimes I'll finish it and I go, oh, I did a terrible job there. And then there's times like this where I finish it and I go, can't remember most of what I said. I could have been rambling and going in the complete wrong direction, or I could have been on a roll. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed it regardless. If you want to see episode 12, it's on my Patreon account right now in full-length version. Go check that out. But thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.